my absolute honor to introduce you to Jax. I call her Jax. Her full name is officially Jacqueline van Rooyen. For you, probably Jackie. For me, Jax. One of the most incredible powerhouse people. When we thought about who's going to present on sales, I can honestly tell you, if you are wanting to grow your business from a sales perspective, this is the lady you need to speak to. She has worked with countless companies, big corporates, small, medium enterprises, has the most incredible, I want to almost say divine intervention when it comes to understanding your business, your market, who needs you, and how to get out there and find them. So it's my honor really when I say, and then on the other side, Jax is also one of our KI leaders. She and Steph Bester run City Hill. I'll tell you, I think it's 90% you. Steph arrives. He's wonderful. But thank you for being the I'm just saying thank you for being the backbone of what is now Marketplace. That has been very much teaching the KI principles as its foundation. So thank you so much. So now for her formal bio after that. Jacqueline van Rooyen is a business consultant, sales strategist, speaker, performance enabler specialist with over 20 years of experience in sales, leadership, marketing, and business growth. Known for her high energy, practical approach, Jax helps businesses unlock what she calls available lift. The untapped performance, revenue, and momentum already sitting inside teams, systems, communication, and customer experience. She's worked across all industries, coaching leaders, sales teams, and organizations on performance, culture, communication, customer engagement, and strategic execution. Her work blends commercial strategy with modern technology, which we're going to learn more about today, thank you, helping businesses leverage tools like AI to communicate more effectively, move faster, and drive meaningful growth. Jax is passionate about making complex ideas practical and actionable. The work is known for being insightful and commercially grounded with immediate, usable tools and strategies. That is like so we're going to see that in action right now. I can't wait for it. Thank you so much, Fred. Amazing.
Okay, so I didn't have a whole talk planned, right? And then last night, as we do, number 99, I just felt prompted that instead of doing kind of a talk in theory, I want to take you through the technologies that I use to drive sales and efficiency. So it's a lot less fluffy and a lot more practical, which means I need you guys use this. People pay lots of money for this session in their businesses. So ask questions. This is not a spectator session. This is participation. If you have any specific questions for your business, how do I use that for me? Now is the time to ask while I think we've only got 20 minutes. Okay, so it's going to be AI and sales by fire hose. But, if you strap in, we're going to get through it. I just want to say, leveraging AI in sales specifically, there are a lot of accountants in the room and tech guys. Bully in, bully out. Okay. If you are not clear around your value offering, if you're not clear around your sales strategy, AI is going to make you confusing faster. Okay, so you have to do some groundwork. We call it human in the loop. You have to do some groundwork around what is my product offering really, and you can use AI as a sounding board, but you have to be very clear. Specificity and clarity are the two holy grails that are going to keep you on track when you're leveraging these technologies to make you more efficient. You're not going to be replaced by AI. You'll be replaced by someone using AI well, right? That's the context. We are human in the loop, right? We're not here with our tinfoil caps today with all conspiracy theories about AI. Those exist, but we've left them at the door. This is an upbeat session on how we leverage it to be better. Okay. The cool thing about AI for us as SMEs, entrepreneurs, professionals, is that it has granted us the opportunity to leverage enterprise level mechanisms. So Add research like we've never been able to access before. Sales, reaching sales volume like we've never been able to do before. Design a website in 30 seconds, which I'll show you how to do. Like, it has allowed us to do the things that large organizations have only had access to, right? And so that is kind of my context, right? I want to show you, just before I get into the tools, I want to show you the difference between Boolean and Boolean. Okay. AI is not Google. And AI is not your therapist at 11 o'clock at night, right? AI is your energizer, always on intern that is faster than Wi-Fi when Wi-Fi is working. Okay. So you treat AI like you would treat an employee. You're not going to tell an employee, go write me an email. How wrong can that go, right? You're going to be, when we're setting up an intern and we're setting up a person for success, we're going to lead with context. I need you to write this kind of email, right? So, write me an email, gives me that. Hi, so-and-so, I came across your company and noticed that many businesses in your industry are struggling with blah. Okay, that sounds generic, right? Let's go back to what was that second prompt. Act like a sales strategist. My audience is hospitality business owners. Their biggest pain point is inconsistent bookings. Write a warm, commercially sharp email that increases curiosity and encourages a discovery call. Cool prompt, eh? Let's see what that gets us. Hi Adele. Oh, quick question about your bookings. Hi Adele. One of the biggest challenges we're seeing in hospitality right now isn't bad service with good properties, it's inconsistent booking flow. Busy periods followed by unexpected quiet patches, making forecasting, staffing, marketing spend, and cash flow incredibly difficult to manage. Which of the two do you think you'd respond to better? Specific, like, right? Okay, so I wanted to make sure that we framed that context properly. The highest paying job in the next 5 years is going to be a prompt engineer, is the person knowing how to unlock the most out of AI. So if we can take just a little bit of that for ourselves, and if you don't know how to prompt, you go and you put into ChatGPT, how do I prompt you to do this? And it'll give you the prompt and you paste it back in. Or you go and use Gemini or Claude, or you threaten it that you're going to use another technology, and then it gets better. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to go straight into, there are thousands of AI techs that could change your life. Okay, the ones that have changed mine, ChatGPT, okay, Notebook LM, ClickUp, let me show you that slide. ClickUp, Canva, yes, because I suck at designing, and Gamma AI, right? So there are thousands more. Adele is going to share this with you. She's also going to share my notes because I'm not doing the speech. There's some cool stuff in there. So she's going to share all of that with you, so don't have to worry about that. ChatGPT is my sounding board, my head of strategy, my head of business development, okay? I'm going to show you how to build your personalized GPT. It takes 5 minutes, okay? Where you can put your brand identity, you can put the way that your business makes decisions, you can put all of those kind of guardrails into that GPT so that when you're talking, a lot of the prompting is done, that logic is built in, okay? I've got some really complicated clients, so I asked them for their personality profiles. I've taken the personality profile and put it into ChatGPT. I've built a win with so-and-so GPT. So when I'm writing a proposal, yes, Fluffy writes it, but it goes and gets sense checked through that, and half of my fluff gets taken up. And I've not heard a no from him yet. Okay, so if you think about any AI technologies, it has to make you more efficient, okay, and faster. That's what we're looking for. Where are there things that can automate in my world right now? I'm going to show you the coolest automation stuff. And how can I execute faster? What do I not have to do and what do I need to do faster? That's the gap AI needs to fill, especially in sales, right? Why don't we follow up on all the opportunities that we have? Time. I'm too busy. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to go. Let AI do that following up for you. I'm going to show you how you can voice note a piece of technology and it can create a draft in your email and schedule when you have to go and approve that draft. Okay, so it's just supposed to make you faster. The whole thing about time, or I don't know where to go, or I don't even know where to start, this set, if you start with these 5 pieces of tech and you go and become curious around how to make them work for you, I promise you're going to 10x your performance, your efficiency, and your reach. Okay, so I just want to offer forward. We're going to start with ChatGPT. Raise your hand if you have experience with ChatGPT. Okay, if you're using ChatGPT to either make you money or save you money, keep it up. Beautiful. Okay, so you guys can come and pro thing with me. You can come and present with me. That's amazing. That's exactly what we're supposed to be doing, guys. We go on here. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, this is chat. I'm on a paid subscription. So if you are not on a paid subscription, my recommendation, use your platform, use it for 3 to 6 months. If it's fit for purpose for what you're doing, invest in the subscription. Okay. My tech stack a month is probably around $4,000 for all of the pieces of tech that I have. It's still less than an employee. And yes, it hallucinates, but it doesn't complain. And it doesn't get sick. Okay. So, the very first thing you need to do, see, that is me 2.0. So let me show you what she looks like at the back. The back end. So, I'm going to show you how to build it, but I just want to show you. So what I did for myself, because I'm a consultant, right? So I don't necessarily have brand guidelines and all that kind of stuff. But when I don't want to have to keep telling my GPT in a prompt to think like me, to speak like me, to use my language. So what I did is I uploaded all of my personality profiles into GPT as reference. So you'll see here, there's my PPA, my Enneagram, my what, my personal development plan. So as a business, like what am I looking to achieve? What are my goals? Where am I going? This creates the sandbox through which your AI will communicate with you. Third, we have to create, so if we think about raising children, right? The best way to get a kid to learn is to give them the boundaries and the framework and then let them go and explore, right? Our job in using our AI tech is to make sure that we have a very clear boundary and framework so that it can go and be successful in what we're looking for. So, everyone with me so far? Mm-hmm. Okay, I tell it how to speak. She's got it. She looks bougie. She's got my photo, although AI could do it. Then you can load conversation starters. Tell it where it can and where it can't go. I usually leave that blank because I want you to be able to go and do anything. I'll show you how to build one. So you're going to go, if you don't have a paid subscription, I don't know that you can build one.
Sorry, Jackson.
Okay. If you are on the free version and you are looking for an executive assistant PA kind of thing, you can go and explore GPTs. There are, let's go exec PA. Okay, so there are a lot of publicly available GPTs that are coded and fit for purpose for a lot of different industries. So if you're a designer and you're looking for design support, if you are in recruitment and you're looking for interview support, if you are just a really busy human and you're looking for like PA support, just go and search that and then go and pick a GPT that feels like it could work for you. Pin that to the left so you can pin a GPT. Not high, it's just, you can pin your GPT to the side and then you can use something that's free. If you are on a paid, I'm going to show you how to build your own paid one. On a paid subscription, you don't pay for the build. Yeah, well, has anyone created their own GPT yet? One kindred soul. Russell, how's that working out for you? Isn't it lovely?
Yeah, that's good. And you can, if you've got different organizations or businesses, markets that you serve, you can create separate ones for that.
It's amazing.
That's what I've started to do. I've got sort of 3 or so running.
Doesn't it just, we're so clever? Hey? Guys, it's awesome. It's like Russell was saying. If you look here on my sidebar, let me just go back. If you look here on the sidebar, so I've got Jazz is my nutritionist. She fights with me a lot. Jax is me 2.0, so it's the virtual me. So if I'm trying to pitch for business, I always want to come across like this, because this is what they're going to have to deal with, right? So that needs to translate. But then there's that client, and he doesn't deal with it, so I've got it. And so that's the GPT that is his personality profile. Then when I'm doing Bible study, our church has built us a cool assistant thing. So each one of these GPTs has its own set of boundaries. It's got its own North Star, its own guardrails, so that you know exactly when I'm speaking to this. If I'm speaking to Adele, I know what I'm going to Adele for, right? If I'm speaking to Lee, I know what I'm going to Lee for. It's the same with our GPTs. Okay, so back to setup. Guys, this is follow the cookie crumbs. This is really hard to get wrong. Okay, you're gonna pick a name. Let's go, Bob. Description. Bob. What does Bob do, guys? Bob is a builder. Bob is a builder of dreams. Of dreams. Let's go. Instructions. Now, okay, let's go once more. We don't know what our instructions are. Don't get clever with me, right? So, no, it's not. Okay. So you don't know. We're building a GPT. I don't know what the instructions should be. Right. Let's go to Gemini. Oh, I'm building a GPT in ChatGPT, and I'm looking for its description. It's called Bob the Builder. It's the builder of dreams, and it's going to help me vision cast for clients. Now, give me instructions that I can copy and paste and put it back into GPT.
Yeah.
Here's everything you need. Okay, so Gemini is very academic, guys. You're gonna have to say like this. There we go. There's the role identity operational frameworks. Give me just a copy and paste, please. Of just the descriptor cheetah. I told you, sometimes they hallucinate, but they are always on YouTube. There we go. I mean, Gemini really does. It's like that girlfriend that overcomplicates everything. So you just needed to rein it in. Okay, there, okay, and now, okay, and now the instruction. Please. Because when they take over, they won't take me over because I said please. Right. Let's do that. Let's see. I don't know if it's going to go. I don't know if this is going to go in. Let's do a little bit of that. Ha! Conversation started. Oh! And conversation. Not typing. And thank you for setting me up for success there. Conversation starter. I have that. That's quite cool. Okay, so we're just going to do one. Right. Okay, so here, this is where you upload those folders and files. Okay, so if this was a real thing, and we were trying to be like super clever, you would put your, if you're in accounting, kind of, give me some accounting stuff, your corporate safekeeping hojas?
This is more your compliance.
Okay, so company compliance documents, what is some of, I don't know, our calculation stuff we stick to, SARS, Bookie, Hoka, you upload that stuff into this GPT specifically, so that when, you don't have to do that when you prompt. When you go to accounting GPT, it knows it's South African, it knows that it's in using these codes, it knows that it's in the context of this industry, that framework has been done. Okay, so when you come to prompting, it'll just be for this job, I need you to blah, 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 because all the context has been created in your setup.
So is that somewhere, sorry, on the accounting side, you'd be able to stick in the code of conduct with the SARCA and
absolutely,
and all of that, and it automatically.
100%, 100%. And then you can go to Gemini and say, I have uploaded all of these documents into my GPT. Give me the exact boundaries and frameworks that I need to tell it so that it knows to reference that every time I talk to it. And then it'll write it up and paste it back. It makes your life, can you see how having all of that stuff done makes your life faster?
And if you've got a past proposal that you absolutely, you spent 1,000 hours on it and you think it's a rock star thing and it was super successful with that client or that project, upload it there.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful.
Past presentations, cost spreadsheets, whatever. Your best work ever.
Because that's a vision of what good looks like. And you can say in your setup, good looks like this. Don't be limited by what my good looks like, but this is the standard. Always tell it, don't be limited by your thinking, right? Because I don't want GPT to be limited by my thinking. Okay, so we're going to create. Well, only.
Would that
Yes.
taking it down to standard grade level, within the context of GPT, what is a conversation starter?
Oh, so I'll show you now. Great question. Conversation starter is, so if you know, yeah, shush.
Bob's
Oh,
on.
Bob's there.
Bob's there.
You know, what is his name?
Bob.
No, the iPhone guy. Oh,
Steve.
Steve Jobs said never do a live demo. Steve Jobs said don't set yourself up for failure with a live demo. I think I'm cleverer than Steve. So I'll show you a conversation starter is just if you know, so I know with Jax, or I know with Jacqueline. She's my social media content writer. So I know I'm going to go to her, create the content plan for next month. These are my themes. So that's the conversation starter. So you don't have to keep doing that prompt. So if you look here, I have a client who wants to build blah, blah, blah. Remember we copied and pasted that over? Those 4 to 5 questions will be there. So if you want to run an audit, if you want to generate a lead list, if you want to do market research, and you know that those are things that you're going to do every time over and over again, you create those little conversation starters with your GPT. So you don't have to. Keep doing it. So let's just go.
Instead of typing it into the question every time. Yeah.
You just click on it, okay.
Click on it, yeah.
Okay, so there it's done. I have a client who wants to build a modern glass cabin. Let's map out the scope and rough costs. Guys, ChatGPT can do everything.
So if you have different divisions in your business,
Yeah,
you can create a GPT for that division of
Yes.
business.
100%. So
Just make that thing work.
internal and so here, let me search. So I'm doing I've built out an induction program for one of my clients, right? I don't want to keep having to go back to the context I gave it 3 months ago. It saves your chat history. So now I've got all of that chat history in terms of induction, scripts, context, empowerment and accountability, the values of it. It remembers all of that stuff. So when I on a Monday morning start a conversation with it and say, I need to do an announcement around our role pathway champions, it remembers the value we're on, what we're trying to build out, what our context is. 10x. Okay, so yeah. There's any questions on ChatGPT? I'm conscious of time before we move on.
Yes, so I'm going to have to get rid of my current ChatGPT. I thought it was really good. So I work also on the threads, but for me, I take about 5 to 10 seconds trying to search for that thread first, and
Okay.
and I'm seeing
Yeah.
the difference.
Pin. Okay, so you can pin your chat. So I know I'm busy building out, I'm building out a few businesses, so I've pinned them here. This is the book I'm writing. Those are digital projects I'm researching for a client. That's the apparel brand I'm starting, and this is the largest project I'm working on for a client. I pin it, it's there, and we pick up and we go. Okay, yes,
So if we've already used ChatGPT and made projects,
yes,
and if we now want to transform one of those projects into a separate GPT, like the Bob, is that possible?
I don't know, let's go figure it out.
Ask Chat.
Oh, I don't have a project busy, but what you can do is you can link that project to the GPT and say there's context. Okay,
Is there a way to do that from the GPT, or where? Do we figure that out?
you have to, yeah, so let's go find out. Great
I
question.
didn't know about the GPT component of that you can
amazing.
make your own GPT.
I know, right? It's explore GPTs.
So we have a whole dozen projects or more.
And link them to certain ones.
So I think you could hack it. So if it says import from URL, I would open in a separate window that project, copy the URL, and then paste it in here. So it'll come, so as people are working on the project, the URL stays live. Okay, but guys, the cool thing about AI is if you don't know, you got to ask it. So how do I link? How do I turn a project into a GPT? Or how do I link this project to a GPT? How do I keep my project live in this GPT? And then you say, but please, I'm 7. Explain it in cookie crumbs. You know, I want one instruction on one line as if you're talking to a 10-year-old. Don't be complicated and be as literal as open up Google. Okay, and it will, step by step by step. Okay, any other questions on ChatGPT? Okay. Oh, you guys, is this helpful? Yes. Okay. Yay! I was gonna leave ClickUp for last, but I'm gonna go into, yes. Yes.
For teams, how do you share those things?
So you do, so projects, like Leslie was saying, through projects, yes, you can share it, and then it's,
share your GPT.
yes. So I wouldn't recommend that you necessarily share them publicly. So if you think about Jax, I created her to be me and to think like me. And to know what I'm doing in my life, right? If I go and make her public, and everyone and their dog can contribute to her, she will not be.
You can share as an individual.
Yes.
And she has a smooth using security risk with them.
Oh, someone else can be. I never thought about that because I don't have these suspicions, but yes. Right.
They email to clients and steal money from solicitors and all that good use.
Keep us safe. Okay. Who here has heard about ClickUp? Who uses ClickUp?
You do once, but tired.
I'm going to show you how cool it is. Okay. So, I have worked in a lot of different marketing environments. I've worked in a lot of different project environments. I've been construction, recruitment, financial, like you name it, guys. In sales, you cross a lot of different industries, okay? Which means I've worked with a lot of project management tools. ClickUp has changed my life. A year and a half ago, I'm a solopreneur and a single mom. A year and a half ago, I was gonna burn out. I couldn't do it all anymore. I had a decision to make. I either needed to hire an au pair or I needed to hire a personal assistant, but I couldn't keep doing it by myself anymore. I was overwhelmed. A friend introduced me to ClickUp. And I don't need it anymore. In fact, I have so much time. Just throw it at me. But ClickUp has absolutely changed my life. The caveat here, it is so powerful that it can be so overwhelming. What happens when we see a new piece of technology and there are so many things that it can do for us, we all suffer from analysis paralysis, and we go, right, and we just go, I'd rather not. So my encouragement is just start so small. Start with the one thing that is the most frustrating for you. I'm going to demonstrate to you the frustrating thing for me. Like when I'm meeting a client, clearly guys, I'm all over the place. So taking notes and setting reminders for myself is a big deal. If I don't, I'll walk out of this room and I'll forget what I've committed to doing and then be like, hi, a month later, and then you're like, well, I'm waiting for the pitch, right? So what I use ClickUp for is when I leave a room, I voice note my little personal assistant and I say, check my diary, can you see where I've got available time, schedule the following activities for me to do, create them as tasks as ClickUp, and then go draft the content. It does that. And I'm going to show you.
What is the purpose of ClickUp?
Okay. ClickUp is project management, essentially. It helps teams collaborate. You can all work on documents together. So if you think about Asana, if you think about Microsoft Teams, if you think Google Sheets, all that kind of stuff, ClickUp is that 10x because it's got automation and AI built into the technology. So what I use it for, it manages my diary and it manages my workflow. So in the morning, I get an email from my little bot that says your priorities for today, based on all the deadlines that we have in the system, your priorities for today are X, Y, and Z. Now I've got to go into the system and I've got to execute the work, okay? The evolution of that is now I have a personal assistant who I can boss around via voice note. And it can do a lot of the work for me. So ClickUp can integrate into your email, it can integrate into your diary. So if you get an email from a client that says, I need X, Y, and Z done, it can automatically go and look at your diary. It can import it into the system as tasks so that you don't have to, right? From the system, you can go and say, take a look at all the content I have to create and go and action it and put it in my drafts folder and schedule a thing for me in 2 days from now to go and look at it. So it is, if you think about that psycho intern energizer bunny that just holds you accountable to doing your work and then does a lot of it for you, that is ClickUp. Okay, so what shall we tell it to do? It can create content, don't be crazy. Okay, let me just do this. So I'm talking to, I've got the app on my phone, obviously, because as someone that's customer facing, it doesn't help being on my laptop, okay? And then I've got it on my desktop and they both talk to each other. So, check my calendar and create some time for me a little bit later on to send Adele a thank you email for having me at ASP. Then remind me that I need to talk to Brendan about setting up JAXA with these a little bit later on. I also want you to draft an email specifically to Lee to introduce myself to him. Okay, let me know when that's done. Okay, like my voice notes. And that's the thing though, remember we treat AI like Google, just to do a little searchy search or just to sense check. No, it is, if you think about AI as a person, a human, don't come at me. If you think of your AI tools as humans that can help you become more effective and you speak to it like that, it will make you more effective. So Kai is thinking. Kai is in the background going ahead and creating the email in my Gmail, in my draft, so I can go and sense check it. Kai is checking my calendar and then finding available time for me to go and do the work I've asked it to schedule for me. And then it's booking it into my calendar. How cool. Can you see how you can get more time back in your life? That is one feature of ClickUp. One feature.
And you link it to your work.
Yes. Google, MS, Hocha, Microsoft, all of them. You can even, if you want to be really clever, okay, link it to your Google Drive. And when you're creating tasks, you can say, okay, Kai, please go and create this task. I'm going to need I've got 3 minutes left. Okay.
It's fine, keep going.
Oh my God.
Can we do another 20?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
ClickUp, find me another 30 minutes.
Send a mail to Adele.
Yeah. Okay. 10-minute doll. Okay, so then the only other thing I want to show you is Gamma. Who's heard of Gamma AI? Oh no, I want to do the Gamma and notebook. I'm going to go really quickly. Okay, so here, how cool? There's my honey. I wanted to introduce myself to you properly. Pew pew. It's there. Open up. I'm trying to. Hold on. Technology. There. Hi Lee. I wanted to introduce myself properly. I'm Jacqueline and I'm looking forward to connecting with you. I'd love the chance to get to know you. It's a bit like sexy, but anyway. I should have said for business. And then I've taught it to say, guys, it's from Kai. It's my AI personal assistant on behalf of me. So if it ever does hallucinate, like, No, it's draft. So I've set it for human in the loop, right? Human in the loop. Don't ever not sense check your AI's output. You have to be the human in the loop. That is why AI will never take over what we do. Okay, but there it is. It's in my Gmail. And it's taken time in my diary, but it's like chunk out in my diary, book time in my diary, go and do the task I asked it to do, whatever it was. Yeah.
And just another helpful thing is, if you get one AI to produce something significant for you, research paper, proposal, framework, costs, outline, whatever, you can take that and dump it into one of the other ones and say, check this thing for me. Make sure it's real, make sure it's practical, make sure it's not dreamy, make sure it hasn't missed anything.
Yeah.
And it does that. And then you can even take that third one and dump it into a third one. So I've used these two. I think it's pretty good. It's not so sure about that and that. And it will triple check.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so cool. Okay, 2 more. I'm going to try and do 1 minute. Okay. Notebook LM. Anyone? Notebook LM? Someone that gets
toys.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Notebook LM. So who's got kids that are studying? I'm just going to do this because
That's why.
Okay, right. You can take Lily's grade 5 history, right? You can take photos of the kids' textbooks or what they have to learn. You create history. This is the subject. Lily's history. Okay. Lily can then go and sit. She can open this guy up and say, "Tell me about the sand humans." Okay, and she can go and interrogate her term or her year's worth of work by asking it direct questions, right? Okay, so it's having a teacher on call in your room, like, but that's not the coolest part. What is really cool is it can build all sorts of quizzes to help her test her knowledge, okay? It can take large bodies of documentation and create 2 to 3 person podcasts. So it can actually, you can go and listen to the podcast. It creates voice notes for you. It can take a complicated piece of documentation that you really want a client to get, and it can go and make a video. It'll make a little video, an explainer video on the fundamentals of accounting 101, right? So that they get it. I'm sorry, why are you guys not fainting? That is amazing.
And the conversion to video is in the technology.
It's right here. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
Our son uses it to studying law through UNISA. So he creates his own lectures.
Yeah.
And he's getting distinctions, not failing.
Here's the podcast.
Sort of take the information from the text.
And you are just screening by.
Talk about to
Your culture is thriving so
That's
much
so
that
good.
it becomes one of the foundational
So while she's
pillars
making
of Southern
salmi,
history.
or something like that, she can listen to her too.
Today we are immersing ourselves in the traditional lifestyle of the city.
How cool. Now,
And we've got a really
what I use it for, let's get back to work. What I use it for is I do internal comms for a client of mine, and sometimes that CEO can write an email where I'd rather lick paint, right? I take it and I put it in the podcast. It's a 2-3 person podcast. It's so natural. Guys would much rather listen to that long email than actually have to go and read it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can uncomplicate stuff too. So I just want to see where she's had an infographic. Okay, so here's like you can take content and make it presentations. See, how good is that as a presentation that AI just for you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, and so flick, there's another one. Look at that. Can you see it?
Yes. Yes.
Guys, guys. En jy moet net die goed insit, right? I want to show us, just see if I can
So
find the
you
video.
have to scan in the textbook, did you say?
No, so I've got it's Google, and it's free. Mahala. There's a app version that links to this. So you'll just take the photos. It asks you to add sources. So you add PDFs, you add past tests, you add announcements, you add company documents, all that kind of stuff. All you have to do is, again, what is your sandbox? So history is history. Internal comms is internal comms. Policy documents are policy documents. Energy Drive uses it for all of their policy documents. So that anyone in the organization across the globe can go to that LM on policy and can go, I'm really confused about the leave policy in Florida. What does it mean? And it goes and gets the information and then tells that employee, this is what it means. So that they don't have to go and bother HR every 5 seconds. Okay. Okay, and it makes really great videos and it makes infographics and it's awesome. Okay.
And it's free.
And it's Mahalini. Mahalini. Okay. Right. Gamma. Gamma. If you want to create presentations, I'm actually going to do. Shall we build a website?
Yes.
Okay. Let's build a website. Okay. This is from a prompt. Build a website for young students looking to trade in their sneakers for cash. Of cash, guys. It knows it's translating from Afrikaans.
Okay. That's good.
My Bible breaks at some point. Okay, so it's going to write the content and it's going to build a website. Okay, so mad kicks, blah blah blah. Okay, this does presentations, it does infographics, it does social media, it does websites, It does PDFs. I got bored and had a glass of red wine the other night. And I was like, I wonder if I could. And I did. And I built a 5-day confidence comeback challenge for Christian women. Okay, it built it. I put it in automation and email, and I had Zappa as payment. The next day I started selling, and it sold. Okay, can we just?
Yes.
Right, okay, so we're gonna go generate. We're gonna go.
Get more in one.
It is fun. And can I just say, guys, can you see that the only thing required here is curiosity?
Yes.
I'm trained academically in marketing. That's all theory, right? I'm not trained in technology at all. This is just curiosity and starting small and wanting to figure it out, right? And then you can educate yourself so quickly. What I teach you tomorrow might be obsolete because of the pace at which things work. But anyway,
Still help.
okay, just wait for it to be done. You can, and you can build email. So what I did with my Confidence Comeback Challenge, I used Brevo because they have a free version. It's an email hookah like MailChimp and all those. And I built an email automation. So you sign up, that's 200 Rand for the Confidence Comeback Challenge, goes into the database, and then you get your first email 24 hours later, next email. Do you know that people came back to me and said, Jax, you changed our life. I was really struggling with my confidence. And I'm like, yay! It's supposed to make you faster, smarter, and more efficient. Right. Okay, so let's go and publish this puppy.
Sorry, Jack. Sorry for the free email.
Brevo.
Brevo. B-R-E-V-O. Brevo. Yeah. Okay, let's go visit. How long was that? That was Jackie's little wine rant. And we have a thing. Turn your kicks into cash. The smartest way for Start selling now. See how it works. How
amazing is that?
And that was a bully brief. You saw the brief, right? Look at that, guys. Who can't build a website? You can have a website or a sales page for everything. You just want to generate leads. What industry are you in, right? I'm in recruitment. Okay. How to get yourself ready for a cracker interview 101. Write it, put it on a sales page. If you want me to send you the ebook, give me your information. We're generating leads. You have an old database that you haven't tapped in a long time and you want to rewarm it. ChatGPT, this is the database I have. Create a viral hook and a lead magnet for me. Go and write the detail. Take that detail, put it into your PDF. It'll write the email for you. Email your entire database. You're looking for more leads, you're looking for sales. Email your database and say, if you want to learn how to X, I have the solution. Just pop me a thing and I'm going to send you the free ebook. Oops, done. We start,
Say this and say
100%.
Health book.
On your LinkedIn, create a little thing. Do you want my free ebook on how to lose weight fast? Go for it. Okay.
It's very realistic.
Now people are charging.
Marketing teams usually do this kind of thing as well. They promise what the operations guys haven't developed yet. So all systems click here, click there. This is what happens. But everything.
Guys, and that's it. I mean, at the level of context, so AI can change your life if you embrace it. I have spent the large portion of my life in sales training, sales skills development, sales leaders coaching, and all that kind of stuff. And what I found was that there is such a lift in performance when there is someone holding your hand and holding you accountable to focusing on skills and how you sell, right? But the second attention goes, focus flows. Like where attention goes, focus flows, right? So the second I was removed from the environment, eventually we'd start to see that plateau out again. So I sat in the question. My question was, how can I make sure that every sales agent, specifically call center agents, has a Jaxie in their ear? So that when I leave, they're still equipped. My solution was found in AI. I met my business partner in KI, but we have developed a piece of technology. It's an AI-driven piece of technology that listens to sales calls for sales agents It listens exactly to where I did an objection handle, where didn't I close, where was my tone of voice a bit shady, what are the skills that this person needs, and then it delivers the training. Okay, that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't stay curious around what AI could do for me. I was just a salesperson. Now I'm a tech founder. Curiosity is the difference. Okay, go forth and win.